What's going on, guys? Toned up. So normally I use the two-stroke weed whacker, but lately that one is not working properly. It's not idling correctly, so I don't have time to fix it. I think it's like very old, and I'm pretty sure if I get a new carburetor, it'll fix the problem. But this is one that my neighbor gave me before he moved away, and it's a four-stroke weed whacker, and I could never get it to idle, but since I can't use the other one, so let me go and tinker with this one here so you can get it running. And another thing, the trimmer head is not dispensing the string out like it's supposed to when you smack on it onto the ground, so that's also needs to be addressed. I worked on it, found out it's about like a $4 cost to fix this issue right here. I was kind of surprised how easy the problem was to fix. You got two fuel lines. One is a return line going back to the gas tank, and the other one is the feed line. Has a little like weight on it to keep the hose to the bottom of the gas tank. That line is rotted out from the outside of the tank. The engine dies out. Most likely you have a fuel line problem. Check that first and check for like any kind of corroded fuel line. Check the little weight on the bottom of the fuel line from inside the tank, and go from there first. So if you find out that is your problem, go to the store and you can buy a pack of these fuel line. Come like in a 1 footer and about like $3 something. And this is what I got. I have already replaced the fuel line, but I'm going to show you what I did, how I replace it. You can either empty the tank out or not. I have gasoline in there right now, so I'm just going to fish out the filter on the other end of the fuel line. If I were to replace this fuel line, I will use a little wire, fish out the fuel line with the filter in it, yank out the old line and push a new one in there, then plug back the filter. Then I will kind of do like push and kind of twist and push and twist to get the new fuel line through the little hole in the gas tank. And I have a little marking on it so I know how far to push it down. Once I get to that spot, I'll stop. Then I'll continue running the fuel line from the tank to the carburetor. Since I only had like a 1 foot fuel line here, it was not long enough. I was able to use some of the old fuel line in the gas tank itself, and use that to connect from there. There was a little coupler provided, came with the unit, so I just connect the coupler then to the carburetor. That worked out very well, and that's it. Let's go ahead and prime the little bubble and get some gas in there and fire it up and do a test run. Since I replaced the fuel line, there's no more air going inside the primer bubble, and the engine's idle no problem. It starts up and maintains idle even with the full throttle. The engine idling problem is fixed. Let's go ahead and take a look at the trimmer head, the SpeedSpool. Normally there are some slack in here, so allow you to bump this thing onto the ground. So there's some movement. On this one here, you can barely budge it. So somehow something's in there is jamming it. Let's go ahead and take it apart and see what we can find. The black portion where the string wraps around, it's like it's jammed shut. I went ahead and put some trimming strings in there so I can get some work done for the night, and I even lube it too, so it still doesn't want to come out. So this is what I got right now. Is, you know, once the strings are worn out, I gotta take it apart. Let me see if I can remove the whole bump head so you can find out what the problem is. What you do is you put a flat screwdriver onto this slot right here. Once you get that that shaft locked in, and turn it counterclockwise, we'll loosen it up. So once upon a time, this trimmer head probably got like neglected. When the string wasn't coming out, the owner probably smacked the living daylight out of this thing. Seemed like the whole thing is all jammed in there. Some of the plastic kind of fused together when it's spinning and when they smack on the ground, and something gotta give. If this was brand new, the center black piece right there would just slide right out. Right now, the black center piece is infused with the red outer cover, so I can't slide it out. In order to separate these two pieces, this involved, you know, pushing with my thumb on the center piece, you know, smack it with the screwdriver, prying it, and a whole lot of cussing. This plastic center shaft swell up and will not go back to the casing, so let me try to see if I can file it down and see if I solve the problem. After a lot of filing, the shaft finally able to fit into the housing. I'm going to give a couple of squirts of lithium grease into the area to get a little lubrication, and let's put it back together and see if that do the trick. I was able to push the center part in and out a little bit. I'm not sure how much plate it's supposed to be, but let's hope this will do the trick. Well, that seemed odd. The little plate I got earlier now is not there no more. It seems like it's real stiff. I'm thinking the bump cover along with those like 4 metal cylinder guys, I think they're out of shape because of all the views they got, and that's why it's not sliding properly. That's just a guess. To put it together, and I tried to use it, I bumped onto the ground and the string they didn't come out, and so I'm guessing either I can replace the cover, which costs $10, or replace the whole bump head, which costs $30. So something I can do later on. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the next inspection. The weed trimmer. I noticed the head gearbox, the casing, it get pretty warm. So a careful inspection of the casing, you can see all the gear oil is all dried up in there. So there's no lubrication whatsoever. So let's go ahead and clean everything up and go ahead and re-grease everything. This will help to prolong the life of the weed trimmer. Now the trimmer head housing is greased. Let's go ahead and put it back together. Well, here it is. I was able to fix 2 out of the 3 problems, so it's not that bad. So I need to replace the bump head probably later down the road. Anyway, I hope you find this video helpful, and also if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. This way you will know once my next video will come out, and catch you next time. Thanks for watching.